it's just like, and I do agree with what you say, and it is an excellent technique to take my focus off of what's going on and focus it on Amida Buddha and saying Nibutsu. But it's like sometimes, I don't know, the world intrudes on your inner peace. The world intrudes, the stupidity of others around you can create chaos in your life. I guess it's the same technique though. You take that focus and you focus it on Amida. You take that focus and you focus it on Nimbutsu. Or I should say Amida, Nimbutsu. It's just, I look around and it's like you have adults who used to be able to logically make decisions like adults, and it's like even politicians, the people who are supposed to be running the country, running the political parties, it's almost like they're children or something. They don't know how to do anything. And whenever they do something, they do it wrong. And I understand this is part of the Dharma ending age of Mappo. But I'm just wondering, because, you know, Sensei, you're very politically active, you're very outspoken, you know what's going on in the world. What do you do when this stuff starts to encroach on your mind and your emotions? What do you do?
Well, wait a second for Kishin to enter the room. Hello, Kishin.
Hello, Kishin.
Hello.
We were talking about the last Dharma age and how can we face, how can we resist in the difficulties of our world, you know, in the, I don't know, political situation of our world, when it seems that everybody goes crazy. And I said that actually the world has always been crazy. We just live in this era, but actually there was never a moment of peace in the world. I think you also said, Kishin, that the reason why various ideologies don't work, like capitalism and communism, is because of the human element of the humans. Yes.
Yes, it's always the human nature, which is completely selfish, egocentric, and it will destroy any social thing in the end, in any case, because we are all selfish. This is just human nature. The whole system is, chaotic and wrong. Yeah.
And Joshin asked, what should we do in this, I don't know, human world, in this era? What can we do? What is our best attitude? What do you think?
I know it's to change our focus to Amida and the Nimbutsu. And I am getting better at that. It's just, I don't know, I guess it is that. There's nothing you can do to change how you feel about these events. There is nothing you can do to change the events themselves, except, I guess, not be part of the problem. It's just, you know, you hurt. You feel for the other people that are suffering through physical violence. You hurt for the fact that the world seems to be run by children, especially here in the United States. We're literally run by, I don't know what, but
you know, one of the things that we should also do, beside remembering Amida Buddha, remembering that this is samsara and that samsara cannot be fixed, it's to remember that we deserve to be here, that this is our own creation. This is this world in which we live now is the emanation of our personal and collective karma. So we are not innocent beings who suddenly were thrown here. You know, we are also crazy. So, and we deserve to be here. We did something in the past that made us be born here in this age. While we also did something extremely good, like for example, being devotional towards the Buddhas, which made us being born, which made us meet Amida Dharma. So we are actually, we should look, I think we should look to the bright side. We can always choose to look to the bright side. That is that we in this world, in this crazy world, we have the chance to meet, we have met Amida Dharma. Yes. We heard the larger sutra, the primal vow, and we entrusted ourselves to this, to Amida Buddha. So this is actually we are most fortunate in the middle of this disaster, in the middle of this world, crazy world. We are the most fortunate ones because we have faith in Amida Buddha. This is, yes. If you choose to involve yourself into politics, that's okay. You can do it, no problem. If you think you can change a little here and there, that's okay. You can do it. It's your own problem, your own decision. But never ever forget that whatever you do, samsara cannot be fixed. No matter to what ideology you adhere to, don't forget that actually nothing works, because of the human element, as Kishin said. So, and also remember that in the ultimate sense, this is a dream. So yes. Get involved if you want, but always remember that actually this is not totally real. See, if you can do that. Sometimes you can't. But
and like you said, it's the human element. And I was talking with my roommate a couple of minutes ago before the meeting about this very situation we're in here in the United States. And I said, the frustration is people say we need a Donald Trump, we need a this, we need a that. And it's like, no matter who we put up there, they always do the opposite of what they're supposed to do. And that's not just in the United States, that's in Britons have the same complaint. And I think, like you said, all over the world, people have the same complaint, even in Romania, about politicians. You know, it's like it seems so simple. And yet we as human beings, I guess our blind passions, our bad karma, our ignorance, just from being a bamboo, we are naturally inclined through countless lifetimes to make the wrong decision, even those of us who have Shinjin.
And you know, the politicians are the emanation of the people. So yes. They come from the people. Sometimes they are elected. If there are honest elections, sometimes they are elected by people. And I don't know what to say. What's most important is that within the Sangha, we should not fight each other on politics. This is very important. So people in the Sangha can have whatever opinions they have. You know, some even contrary opinions to one another. These are not important. So we should not bring our this or that political ideology among ourselves and not fight on this. No, we should understand that we are on bamboos and we have different opinions and we can agree to disagree. See,
I have a very inclusive political view. I think all American politicians suck on both sides. I'm very inclusive, I guess.
Yes, but most important is what unites us. You know, we are in Amida G, we have people from 11 countries. Imagine that. We have Americans and we have Russians. You know, Germans, Romanians, and so on, Philippines, South America, and our governments do not always agree, you know, especially if you are a Russian, if you are an American. So what can we do? We just always remember our Dharma brotherhood. We remember that we are united through Dharma, that actually we are one Buddhist nation who live, composed of people who live in various countries. And we have nothing against people who love their country of origin. That's okay. They choose. If they want to fight for their country, that's okay. If they want to fight for this or that, that's okay. But we should never fight among ourselves. That's important. Among ourselves, we should focus on Amida Dharma and our faith. Because Shinran Shonin said, those beings in the 4 seas who have the same faith are all brothers. The 4 seas means the whole world. If I ever post something on Facebook or on various places, that's my own opinion. I do not involve Amidaji Sangha. If you post or this one post something, that's okay too. We involve Amidaji Sangha only when we put the stamp Amidaji on something. That's an official document, you see? Like, for example, the only official documents that we have are your Kieshiki documents, and are the status, the Constitution of Amidaji, that's an official document, Kieshiki document, lay teacher documents, Tokudo or priest ordination documents, and various decisions that we can take. But only those are official things of Amidaji. The rest is our own Bombu's opinions, personal opinions. See?
That's the one thing that impresses me about the Sangha, is it has been like a lifeline to me during all this. And my brothers in Germany, my brothers and sisters, rather, in Germany, Colombia, Russia, we all seem to come from the same place of Amida. And I think that's important. It's not about, regardless, like you said, of what our politics is, we are all on Amida's ship of salvation, headed toward the Pure Land. And that has been such a calming realization for me in the midst of everything that's going on, threat of nuclear war and whatnot, is that knowledge, that knowing that I will go to the Pure Land regardless. And it actually stirs up love inside of me for everybody, even those outside of my Sangha. But mainly the Sangha is a ray of hope for me. It has been.
Yes, the Sangha is extremely important. We should remember the Sangha is an object of refuge. So we are not just we are not a club. we are refuge to one another.
Yes.
So that's very important. It's a very important relation.
We cannot travel this path alone.
Yes.
You need the
and
Sangha.
Yes, and the Sangha has a role in relation with the Dharma. So the Sangha doesn't have a role in political matters, only if the Sangha is attacked. If the Sangha is attacked, I don't know, like it happened in the 16th century, you know, in Japan, for example, when Oda Nobunaga attacked the Honganji temple of that time, people reacted and they defended it. That was a different situation. So the Sangha was under attack. That's different. But as long as we are not under attack, so we don't need to engage as a Sangha, as Amidaji, with the stamp of Amidaji on this, on that side of various political factors. For example, like, yes, but each one of us can have their own opinion. That's important. For example, somebody asked me once, look what your member wrote on his page on Facebook. Why don't you do something? He wrote something about North Korea, you know, and I don't care. I don't care. I'm not the police. I'm not doing police with my members, with my brothers and sisters. you know,
You're
because I don't get
supposed to
what they do.
cancel them. You're supposed to cancel them.
No. We are. This is not my role, and not your role either. You know. Yes. So. Well,
Thank you for that, Sensei. I appreciate it.
you are welcome. Namo Amida Butsu. Thank you, everybody. So. We
Sensei,
started. Yes, please.
I talk with Peter.
Yes, please. Say.
Okay. Hola, Peter.
Hola.
Yoshi. Quería que le dijeras a Sensei que, bueno, que yo también pensaba antes que podía arreglar el mundo, pero al entrar en el Buda Dharma, y especialmente gracias a la sabiduría de Amida, me he dado cuenta que el samsara no tiene arreglo, que eso no da el conocimiento para querer escapar o salir del samsara y ir a la tierra pura rápidamente para convertirnos en Budas y beneficiar verdaderamente a este mundo y a todos los mundos como Budas, no como seres ordinarios. Gracias.
Yeah, I was also thinking before I came here about the state of the world and the things that I could do, but I realized that samsara cannot be fixed. It is the nature of samsara to be like that because it has been problematic from the beginning, ab initio, from the beginning. And therefore, there is only one way out, and that is go outside of this place of this shithole, and that is go to the Pure Land and be enlightened immediately so that we can come back.
Yes, and there is one important thing, you know, each one of us live in a country. We can love our country or not love it. You choose. But we should remember that according to the Buddhist teaching, this is not our first life in this samsara. So since the beginningless past, we were born and reborn in various countries and various places. So which one is our true country? Which one? This country or the country in the previous life, or 100 lives ago? Which one is the true country?
The Pure Land.
Yes, that is our true country. And ultimate reality, Buddha nature, that we will find and realize and discover in the Pure Land.
I was wondering if one of the 8 sufferings is meeting with the uncongenial. In other words, we all have enemies, and we have people who hate us and who we do not want to meet. Now, my problem is, what if we meet our enemies in the Pure Land? It's not exactly my idea of a land of bliss. I was wondering if, yes.
What do you guys think? There will be enemies in the Pure Land?
There will be no enemies in the Pure Land. They will be Buddhas, and we will get it for the first time in our entire existence. And we will be comrades working for the Dharma. There can be no hate in the Pure Land. There can be none of the garbage that we have here in the Saha realm. It is a place of love beyond love.
Yes, when we will meet, if we meet with our enemies in the Pure Land, we will have a big laugh. We will laugh of our own stupidities and our own hate in samsara. Yes.
Thank you.
And there is one thing that I would like to mention. Love and hate create karma. Love and hate are faces of the same coin. That is attachment. And hate is also very powerful attachment. So you are actually karmically related with those you love or those you hate. And Shinan Shonin said that after you go to the Pure Land, you'll save first and foremost those with whom you are karmically related. And that doesn't mean only those you love, but also those you hate. And you did a lot of harm. See? So that's very fortunate that you, because you have faith and you are assured of birth in the Pure Land, you destroy this evil, you transform this evil karmic connection into a compassionate connection after you are born in the Pure Land. So, all the conflict ceases when you go to the Pure Land. It's wonderful.
Wonderful.
We can make peace with everybody after we go to the Pure Land. In this life, we can't really make peace with others. So it's best to avoid them if we can't love them, you know. But in the Pure Land, we will go after them to save them.
And I think that's a problem a lot of Buddhists have, and very well-meaning, is that they're taught they should love everybody. And I've tried that route. You know, you want to go and make friends with those who you've had conflict with, and all you do is just end up getting triggered, and it creates more resentment, more enmity. And I find that works for me. Those I don't like, or who I find hostile, or who I have resentments toward, I avoid them as much as I can. And I try to surround myself with people who are like-minded, who support me as much as I can. And that's where the Sangha comes in. It is a refuge. The Sangha is a refuge.
Yes. That's correct.
This is why we have to be very careful to create an atmosphere for Dharma and Dharma brotherhood, especially when we are from so many countries. See? Yes.
I think the situation is even worse because as Joshin said, some Buddhists or fake Buddhists, they try to be nice to everyone. They try to, or they try to pretend. But this is again the fact: they are selfish, they have the ego, and even if they try to pretend to be nice to everyone, to be a good guy, but in their innerst, yeah, they still have these ideas of friends and foes and enemies, and this is my enemy, this is my friend, all these concepts, because they are not enlightened. And even if they try to pretend to be nice all the time to everyone around, this is perverted in the end, because this is against their own human nature. So they are not real Buddhists, and they are also not real humans, because they completely work like two things working with friction, each against the other. So yeah, also this is for them, it's worse. I think I'm a Buddhist, but of course I have people that I don't like. But I can stand for this and can say I don't like them because I'm not enlightened, and I'm just a pure normal human being. And of course I have some people that I like and some others I dislike, and this is okay. I can, with my ratio, I can come to the point to say, okay, I can work on it. I can develop more understanding. I can try to be, even if people treat me not correct, to be nice to them or whatever. I can try to work a little bit on this to have a better time in samsara, but I can never stop it. So if other Buddhists run all the time, they run around with a big smile, pretending I'm so happy and I'm the nicest guy in the world, they're liars. In the end, they're liars, and what they do is not good for Buddhism at all, because they bring wrong ideas to the people and to the world, and all they think, other people think, oh, Buddhists, they are so clear, they're so calm, they're so nice guys. I think this brings at least damage to the Dharma itself, because it's a role playing and bringing something in the world which is not true. So I think what we do is more true. We say we are not enlightened, and that's it. Point. Yeah, we give our best, but we are not perfect. and that's it. And I think this is more true than anything else.
Yes.
And I found the people that walk around with a smile on their face, and I found this in the Christian church when I was a Christian and among Buddhists. These people are more likely, from my own personal experience, to cut you in half whenever you piss them off at the drop of a hat. And it comes as a bigger shock because you've got this person walking around like a saint, loving everybody with this big smile. And I think you, Sensei, recently wrote an article about, I never try to pretend to be the smiling Buddhist that is always nice to everybody. And I love that article because that's me. I've actually had people ask me, oh, you know, you're thinking of becoming a monk. Why? You know, I'm like, dude, there's nothing good within me. I'm becoming a monk because of my love for Amida Buddha. Anything good in my life comes from Amida Buddha. It doesn't come from me. And I want to be very clear on that.
A Buddhist is not a Buddha. We are only Buddhist disciples. We are not Buddhas. That's important. And Buddhism is not for enlightened people. Buddhism is for the sick, unenlightened persons. Buddhism is the medicine, and we are sick. This is why Buddhism was invented by the Buddhas, because there are sick people like us, you see. And Shinran Shonin said something very important. Don't pretend on the outside to be good while you know that inside you are evil. He said something like this. I will find the quote and show it to you, but I can't now. But he said something like this. Don't pretend to be good while inside you know you are evil. That's the Jodo Shinshu attitude. Yes.
This is why I love Jodo Shinshu, because we're not full of bullshit. We're not here to make people believe in ideology. We're here to be honest about why we turn to Amida. And it's not because of any merit that we may think we have. Because regardless of what merit we think we have, we don't have any merit when it comes down to it.
Yes, it's very funny when people from other schools call me venerable. Venerable what? You know, venerable shithead or venerable, I don't know. But it's they treat all the teachers like they are somehow enlightened, you know, even teachers from their own school, and then they do with all teachers. Just because you wear robes and have shaven head, they think that, oh, you have to be somebody in but and I always, this is why I always insist in my articles, in my books, and also in my autobiography, to present myself as an ordinary being. Not because actually all teachers in our school, including Shinran, presenting themselves as ordinary people. That's very important. And there is a passage by Shinran that is very dear to my heart. You know, when a Buddhist master writes a book, he says very good and important words at the beginning. But Shinran Shonin, when he wrote some of his hymns, he said something like, I, Shinran, and good for nothing, something like this. And I like to teach for fame and profit, I like to teach others. This is what he said. And then at the beginning of one of his book, his hymns, you know, that's very impressive to me. For fame and profit, I like to teach others. I enjoy teaching others. Everybody likes fame and profit. Everybody likes. We like when people give a like to our Facebook posts. When we say something interesting, somehow deep inside, we like when people click like, you know. And it's difficult to escape praise, to be neutral to praise. It's difficult. It's impossible. Nobody can. We all like praise. So I think there is no Buddhist teacher, especially in Jodo Shinshu, myself included, who doesn't like to be praised. We all like to feel encouraged, to say, oh, you did a good thing, oh, Sensei, you are very good. Oh, what wonderful thing you said. That's ego. And you will never escape that. But despite our despite our blind passions, we should continue to write, continue to teach, continue to support the Dharma in whatever way possible. It doesn't matter. We should not wait for us to become perfect in order to teach, in order to do something for the Dharma. We should only be focused on knowing the Dharma and have faith. If we know the Dharma well, if we have faith, then we can help others with the Dharma, even if we are ego-centered personalities, because this path is not for saints. This path is for idiots, bombos, and teachers too, and monks in our school are also idiots. They are ignorant and they have blind passions. The only thing that they have is faith and knowing of the Dharma. This is why all I require from people who want to become priests or monks or ordained people in our tradition is to have faith and to know the Dharma and to be available to people. I don't require from them to be moral people, because nobody can. See? And we have the article I wrote, as you know, I wrote the very important article, Monks and Nuns of the Last Dharma Age, which includes lots of passages from Shakyamuni Buddha himself, that Shinran Shonin himself quoted in his Kyogyo Shinshu. So that article explains through passages from Shakyamuni Buddha that even monks and nuns and teachers of this last Dharma age are actually ignorant beings and filled with blind passions. However, they still should be respected, because in this last Dharma age, they are lights of the world. Lights of the world, not in the sense they are pure, lights of the world because of what they represent and what they teach. That's very important. See? And everybody, every one of us who has Shinjin, lay people, ordained people, they are lights of the world because they have faith and because they are used by Amida Buddha to help others. See? That's a wonderful thing, I think. To be a bombu, to be the lowest of the low and still glow in the dark of the last Dharma age because of the light Amida Buddha shines on you. That's wonderful. Mm-hmm. As you know the various terms that the sacred text use. Lotus among people, those who entrust to Amida Buddha are lotus among people. Why? Because of Amida's light who shines on them, not because of their personal merits, because they have no merits. And disciples of Amida and all Buddhas, this is how they are called, those who entrust to Amida Buddha. Yes, equal to Maitreya. See, we don't have the merits of Maitreya, but we are in the stage of no retrogression, because we will become Buddhas after this life ends. See, just like Maitreya, who is now in Tushita heaven. Yes, it's wonderful.